Friday 13th, Lake Monticello, perch fishing, 60 foot plus of water, 2017. My name is Steve Cumberlander. We're going to slow troll, a spoon, and two Mr. Crappie jigs above it, separate. We're going to drop it to the bottom. We're in 61 foot of water. Pretty day, Lake Monticello Lake, Friday. Sunshiny, warm, supposed to be 70 degrees. Last week it was highs in the 30s, so it should bite, hopefully. We're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna drop it to the bottom, about 60 foot of water, and see if we're gonna kind of pull these jigs across this little ridge out here and see if they're that deep. Drop it to the bottom, tighten the line. As we pull it along, hopefully we'll get a bite pretty quick. You never tell. Sometimes they bite quick, sometimes you got to get them going. Get them called in, so to say. See what happens. 60.8 foot of water. Come on, little perches, I'm here. Sometimes you can take this here net and you can thump on the bottom of the boat. I don't know if you hear that or not. An aluminum boat, it rattles. And see if you can't call some in. You know, a lot of people used to say you got to stay quiet fishing. Well, when you deep fishing like this, like that right there, you got to call them up sometimes. You got to call them up, and that's what we just done. When that bumping goes on the side of that boat, them fish come off that bottom and wakes them up. When they wake up, guess what? They're looking for something to eat. And this is a prime example of that. Look at what a perch. You got a pound perch that just woke up, and I woke him up with a paddle beat. Ain't that something? It's all kind of tricks, but that's one of my specials. Two Mr. Crappie jigs, solid body, and I got double lines coming off two swivels, then I got a swivel before I get to the next spoon, to the last spoon. And that keeps it from rattling up. You got a 1/4 ounce heads, the big round heads, and that helps too. The heavier the head, the less knot tying they'll do on the sails while you're wiggling that spoon. 60.8 foot of water right here. You got 100 foot right out here. You got 40 foot right back there. We're kind of halfway off a node, kind of like I'd say halfway off the mountain, off the point of the mountain. If you would be walking down a ridge, we kind of like on a ridge. Fishing's a lot like deer hunting. You want to get on a ridge, or either in a creek ditch. And there he is. It's that quick. Okay, we'll try to get two. Sometimes you can get a couple. There's two right there. Let's see if we can get three. Sometimes they get running around down there, boy, and shaking them jigs. It collects on. However many jigs you got, you can pull in a fish. There's number 3 right there, I think. Unless it's too good. We'll see what we got. It might not be the 2. I was wrong. It ain't but 1. I know if one got off. I know I had another fish on there, but apparently one got off. And we're gonna throw back and see if we catch another. Let her down. Got to love fishing Lake Monticello. Boy, this is a beautiful day. A good day to be alive. Beautiful sunshine, beautiful lake. Birds are flying, loons are swimming. Fish, I hope, are biting. There's an old loon right there. I tell you what, they're like little puppies. They come to me like little puppies. They know I might give them a fish. And I got these birds. Of course, anybody that comes out here got them trained. They used to come into the boats and hoping you throw a perch back that's too little where they can get it. They like them little perch. All right, here we go. We're on the bottom. Up, there he was, and I missed it. Didn't even get to pull the trolling motor. Let's see if we can pull it along and get one. Got lines at a 45 and another fish. How about that? How about that? How about that? What I got this time? Pretty good enough. But that is. But he's a nice one. We're gonna bring him in, see what happens. Woo! Now that joker, they got a pull on him. I don't know what he is. Must be a nice perch or black bass. I don't know. I know it's one or two, maybe three. Maybe that's a problem. Might be three, if that is a problem. But anyhow, we're gonna pull him in and see what we got. Nope, it ain't but two. But I'm telling you right now, that is two nice perch right there. Look at that, what perch. Look at that. You think them ain't some nice perch? Look at the size of them white perch. Huh? Them's whoppers. I don't care who you are, if you're a white perch fisherman, them nice ones. Them a fillet white perch. And see, it pulls so much because they got this one in the gill. See that? Got him in the gill. White perch, pound and a quarter. Man, you got to love this. I'm gonna drop it back down while I'm going back up into the trolling motor. Wind's not bad, so it's a pleasant day. I ain't got to fight the wind. I ain't got to fight the wind. I ain't got to fight nobody. But these birds, they will take them off the hook. 2017, boy, the older you get, the faster time goes. You're a kid, it never goes by. It seems like you're waiting for Christmas. Now Christmas spits by. One right after another. All right, got it down. Boom, you hit the bottom. Get a little line to a 45, and I go to pull and troll them over. And as it pulls, one bumped it right down, but they didn't jerk like a dummy. All right, here we go. Those fish are staging. They're getting ready to spawn. A lot of times they'll spawn in this deep water. They'll run in at night and spawn, but they stage on these deep water points is what they're doing. So you got all these perch comes out of these trees out here, and they come here and stage on these deep water access right next to this trees. And man, I believe I might have two more big ones. And they staging out there and right here on this hump, getting ready to spawn. The eggs are getting filled up in them. And boy, I tell you right now, that's cool there. This ain't no real limber rod, but it looks like it when it got 3 fish on it. It's like pulling in a 4-pound largemouth. When you catch 2 or 3 at a time. Look at him. Look at that. 3 at a time. Huh? You got to love that. All right. This is nice. I'm having a good time, but I'm gonna drop one more time, see if I can catch 3 more, and I'm gonna turn this camera off and see if I can focus on catching fish instead of making a movie. But anyhow, I like to document this stuff. One day you ain't gonna be around, your kids can look back and say, boy, he had a good time in his retirement. And that's what I intend on doing with these videos, is let my children and grandchildren look at Grandpa fishing. I think that'd be nice, and see what I was all about. Kids is in my future that I'm not going to know, see. Maybe they'll stumble across this and say, look at Grandpa fishing. Don't you wish you could have been in the boat with him? That's what I'm going, my goal is. All right, I done messed around here talking, not focusing. Only problem with making a movie, sometimes you don't focus. And let me tell you, buddy, if you don't focus fishing, you don't catch them. You got to imagine what that plug is doing in your mind at all times, and you got to imagine where you put it to be able to catch fish. Fishing, working, anything. To be successful, you got to focus, you got to think it out, you got to plan, and if you don't do those things, you're not going to be successful. You've got to observe what's going on, and you got to experiment things. And I'll tell any of my future generations, if you're looking at this, you got to make a plan, work the plan for it to be successful. If I'm going fishing or if I'm working, I'm thinking about the days ahead and thinking ahead of what I need to do and how I need to do it before I get to the job.